What's up gamers, Duma here. This one is going to be a super fast video I'm squeezing in for you. This was the 1-bar Jabs PvP build I played off and on for a couple weeks on stream here recently. I haven't played a ton of 1-bar stuff in PvP since subclassing. I've mainly got my sweat on, but I wanted to give y'all a solid 1-bar setup to play for those who enjoy it. This one is very good for 1-bar. It brings quite a lot to the table. I also have the written guide up for you now over at the GAMEROOM.tv. Let's go. For this build, I played it both as a Nord and an Orc. Both are great options, but you can make it work with any stamina race you may be using. We're also using the skill lines of Templar, Adric Spear, Warden, Animal Companions, and Dragonknight, Earthen Heart. You want to split your attributes between health and stamina to give you just over 30k HP, depending on what race you are. I'm also running this as a stage 3 vamp, but I also ran it without it as well. It's obviously better to be a vamp if you can sustain it. Very simple setup here of Oak Fathers and Wretched Vitality, with a monster set that has a line of weapon damage, Oaken Soul, and 2 maces. Nern and Sharpen on the maces with Stamina Escapist Poisons, as well as well fitted on the armor, except for Reinforce on the chest with all Tri-Enchants. If the all well fitted thing is new for you, I'll come back to that in a moment. Infused Jewelry with Magical Harm Chance here. I'll come back to that here in just a moment as well. I mainly ran this for BGs. I don't think builds like this are very good in Cyrodiil anymore. You can certainly do it, but I wouldn't do it alone. It's not a 1vx build. Damage is super crazy right now. We're in a big crit meta, and this is 1-bar. It's just not a good idea. However, if you insist or if you have a group or something, this is the CP I would run. This is the same CP I ran the proper 2-bar version with that worked great. Which, side note, add Blood Spawn, which synergizes well with Nord, Earthen Heart, and the cheap Templar ulti. Add an Ice Staff, shuffle skills a bit, dropping Animal Companions for Storm Calling, change Pants to Heavy, run it all Impin and Reinforced, a couple other small tweaks, and there you go. A 2-bar sweaty version that works great playing solo in Cyrodiil with all the usual meta stuff, if you want to mess around with that. I did it for a few days and it works great. I'll break the skills down for you next quickly, and then we have the Serpent Mundus, Bear Haunch Food, and Tripods. Real quick, I want you to be aware of the Earthen Heart passive of Battle Roar. TLDR, you get sustained when you ult. You have a super cheap ult, Oaken Soul with Mito Heroism, and potentially a Nord. You should be using this constantly. It's a ton of damage and greatly helps sustain. Mountain's Blessing, this is a rare 10% weapon damage buff, which is huge, like really huge. If you're trying to check your weapon damage on the dummy, you can't stun the dummy to proc it, so temporarily use Frag Shield here on the dummy just to proc it instead. On this exact setup on a 3-mil, you should be somewhere around 7,400 weapon damage and 21.8k pen. And if you're an Orc, that would be somewhere around 7.7 to 7.8k weapon damage, which is insanely good for 1-bar. And then Helping Hands, TLDR here, you get stam every time you stun. So if you're struggling with sustain, you aren't ulting enough or stunning enough. Also on the note of sustain, it's a little weird in that depending on how you play, you can struggle with either stamina or magicka. It's a stam build, but it's also got a heavy mag drain at times. If you find yourself fine on stam and always gassed on magicka, then just swap Serpent Mundus to Atro and that should solve it for you. You can also change Jewelry Chance either way, depending on what you need, and worst case, a Magma 1-piece helm. You can also drop Wings here for either morph of Netch for even more sustain, as well as use either Stam or Mag Escapist Poisons. So whatever sustain issues you may have, there's ways to push and pull things around to fix it within the build without watering it down much at all. You'll just need to find the right balance that works for you if this isn't it. Regarding skills, very basic combo here of loading up Beetles, 1 jabs, stun, sweep, and then jab spam. And minus a damage contingency that's very close in line to an actual meta 2-bar setup output offensively, especially with being over 7k weapon damage. It's very good for 1-bar. Defensively, we band-aid the lack of back bar, additional heals, and potential defensive set with running all well fitted, and then playing dodge roll heavy, and then coupling that with contingency in the same global. I've showed it a ton on the channel, so rather than go over it all again, I have a short video here I'll link in the description for you to learn how to use it if this is new for you. I encourage you to check it out rather than just wing it. The tooltip is not intuitive to use it like I'm explaining. You can't really run something like this defensively with, say, going all Impin and Reinforce like a typical 2-bar setup. Not consistently anyway against decent players, because you don't have the things around it to support it. You'll just die slower. There's 3 ways to deal with damage: heal through it, mitigate it, and avoid it. 2-bar setups typically heal through and mitigate it. We're going to take the avoid it route here with taking advantage of the game's dodge roll iframe avoidance function coupled with well-fitted traits and healing contingency. It's the best way to play a build like this. If you just know that's not in the cards for you, if you struggle with weaving contingency with your dodge rolls in the same global, you can try something like Green Vigor and Impin traits, but just know it is a lesser ideal option. But as is, it's genuinely a beast of a 1-bar build. And that's it, gamers. Nice and quick. No gameplay with this one. This was just a fast guide I squeezed in for you, but I will play it here and there on stream if you're ever interested in seeing it live in action. If you have any questions, please let me know. Thank you so much for watching, and have a wonderful day.